Cloudy World. And do y'all feel like some villains have a point, man? Like some of these people in these stories actually know what they're talking about. I used to think Killmonger was going crazy, but now I be seeing he got a point sometimes. So today we're talking about people and villains that actually got a point. Let's check it out.
A hero and a villain are like two sides of the same coin. The difference? One of them becomes a protector, a savior, someone people can look up to and have faith that no matter what bad comes to destroy their city, their hero is dependable and will always come to defend them. And the other one? When they come to heaven and start beating the shit out of them people, they're crazy. The philosophy behind being a hero and a villain is one and the same. And most of the time when it comes to villains, most of them are just painted as evil.
Bro, what villain when I was coming up I thought was kind of tough, bro? Who was I, bro? I ain't gonna lie. Maybe it's crazy to say, but I always thought most of these villains was kind of wacky, bro. But I'm like, bro, you out here going through what you're going through for sure, but you just, hurting random innocent folks? That's corny, bro. That's played out. It's not it. It's kind of wacky. It's kind of look like you don't get no Johns. It's kind of like you don't get no money. I'm just saying, like, you just hurt random people. If you don't get no money, just say that. You know what I'm saying?
The money. Crazy that they're just doing what they're doing because they're a hater and they were born this way. And I agree to an extent. That's mostly true for most bad guys. But at the same time, some of them were low-key making sense. I mean, I definitely don't agree with most of their methods. This shit's
Nah, that boy Saw was tripping, bro. Sometimes. Early Saw, they actually had him, taking care of some evil people. I'm not gonna lie. But now he be tripping. He's be right on handling nobody.
But the arguments and the ideas they will be bringing to the screen onto why they do what they do made more sense than the heroes trying to stop them. And that's what I'm here to speak about. Today, my beautiful people, I'll be going over villains, no matter how hated or loved, that were just making sense. And I really, really hate my first choice for this topic, but he was low-key spitting facts. Bringing the first guy to the stand, Chuck McGill from Better Call Saul. Real quick, I gotta get out of my system. I hate Chuck McGill. I despise him.
Yeah, put me on, bro, because I ain't gonna lie, I watched Breaking Bad, but I ain't watched Better Call Saul. I know I'm missing out. I've been seeing a lot of the stuff. I gotta just watch the recap because I'm not gonna lie, that show was deep, just like Breaking Bad was deep, bro. Put me on, bro. Better Call Saul.
I loathe him. I hate this guy more than the whole Breaking Bad fan base flipping hate Skylar White. And most of you hate Skylar White for no reason. Her husband is evil, man. I hate Chuck, bro. I don't care. I want to see him burn, man. This guy is the biggest piece of shit brother in the show. The flipping blue crime twin is a better brother than Chuck, I swear down. Because this waste, man, gate kept his brother from being a lawyer at his own firm. His own brother was kept out, shut out the door, thrown out the window because he used to be a criminal. And Chuck's ego couldn't handle that his little brother hustled hard enough to be a lawyer, and because it wasn't at some fancy law school, he decided to shut him out. In that moment, when I first saw
that's such hater work, bro. That's max hater energy. Max hater energy, bro.
This scene at the end of the first season, best believe I want to throw this guy out the window. I thought Jimmy at the time was a victim to his circumstances, to his brother and Howard, stopping him from being a lawyer at Hamlin McGill. And I assumed at the time that's why he decided to continue to go about doing cons and scamming people, because he had no other option. He was cooked. Well, that, my friends, wasn't true at all. As hard as it is to say, Chuck was always right about Jimmy. Jimmy chose that life. He chose.
Dang, bro. See, that's the issue with stuff like that, is that eventually, once you get like to those points, you do kind of keep enabling those decisions to the point where you are choosing that life. Trust me. Yeah, doing the same thing over and over, it feels crazy, but when you're in emotion, you think that it's gonna be different this time and this time and this time, and it isn't different. And sometimes you gotta accept it not being different and just accept it for what it truly is, which is just that life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it sucks sometimes, but some people be choosing these realities for themselves, and you gotta just let them live it.
He chose to stay a con artist. He chose to mess people over. He consistently used illegal methods to get his way all the time. Shit, we see it in the first season. Even before Chuck exposed himself, when he tried to run a scam on the Kettlemans using those two skaters, or even using a billboard with the exact same make and
Dang, Martin Lawrence, that's wild, bro. Dog, what?
tried to run a scam on the Kettlemans using those two skaters, or even
Look at OG. Look at OG. That's raw. That's cool.
with the exact same make and color scheme where it was just a copy of Hamlin McGill. It was being childish here. And as the seasons go on, you just see Jimmy do a bunch more dumb shit. And it's not like Chuck's gatekeeper kept this guy from being a better lawyer anyway. Jimmy had a whole job at Davis and Maine. This guy was making bread, fam. It was a crazy ass law firm too. Had his own assistant, his office, his own weird wooden table, and best of all, the guy had a Mercedes. He had everything.
Company
and
car.
It could have really just ended there. He could have kept going steady with Kim. She would have been fine at Hamlin McGill, and he really could have had a chill life. But it wasn't enough for him, so he gets himself fired. What? He took advantage of Cliff's kindness and generosity, aired the commercial without his consent, and because he didn't get the response he so wanted, he goes out of his way to piss Cliff off enough
No way.
to fire him. I'm telling you right now, this guy didn't know when to stop. It's literally parallel to Walter and Breaking Bad in the sense that Walter's greed consumed him so much, he wouldn't even take a deal to stop making that crystal, even if the deal was as high as $5 million. He couldn't stop, and Jimmy's the exact same. He couldn't get enough of being a scammer. He had a hunger for it.
Literally, bro, you get a hunger for that motion, bro. Like, bro's trying to say, walk away, live your life, be chill, be peaceful, bro. A lot of people they're not gonna walk away. No matter what they be trying to say, they probably won't walk away for real.
Him from the firm and trying to ruin his life. They're one in the same. Chuck was never wrong about him. Something that stuck with me when I watched the show was when Miss Kelman didn't want to hire Jimmy as their lawyer because he was the kind of lawyer guilty people hire. And funny enough, she ended up being right, man. He became exactly to what the majority thought he would amount to be.
And that is sad, bro, because, yeah, that is reality, bro. Someone got to defend them folks.
And as much as Chuck contributed to this change, Jimmy had so much opportunities to go straight and never end up like this. Yet he decided every time to do it his way, the illegal way. With him, it ended up in prison for flipping 86 years. I mean, he's definitely chilling in prison though. He's like a celebrity then. But Jimmy ended up the way he was because of who he decided to be. And regardless of all the good he got, he still chose poorly, which Chuck was right about anyway. But I still don't like this guy, but him, man. The next villain I want to shift to talking about is someone I've never seen anyone ever bring to the spotlight. Nobody's ever met.
Who y'all think is worse, Jimmy, bro, or Heisenberg? Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments, bro. Who y'all think is worse, Saul or Heisenberg?
Mention the guy, it's insane. And the man I'm talking about is Ozymandias from Watchmen. And in short, the guy basically pulled the Ultron. Ozymandias was one of the heroes part of the group that made up the Watchmen, a vigilante team full of former law enforcement and government agents. And the craziest thing about the Watchmen is that if you've seen the movie and seen how some of these men box, they don't have powers. What do you mean? Look at the way they're sending people flying with their kicks. How you gonna tell me he's just a regular human? You're lying, man. You're tripping. Ozymandias was the main man and leader behind Watchmen, with him also being known as the smartest man on the planet. Eventually in the movie, President Nixon forces Watchmen to disband and bans all vigilantes from ever resuming their activities. The rest of the team followed this and decided to just stop being heroes, except Ozymandias, who eventually flipped this and built $1 billion industry. He's got that dollar,
And it's
man.
so crazy, bro, that like, bro, all he did was play into the systems that be. And I think that's a great example about how that life stuff is in real life, bro. Just playing into the systems that be at the right time. You see a downtrend's coming, find any way you can to invest in the potential uptrend, bro. Bro's out here sitting on yams, sitting on cheese, sitting on that dog poop right now. He got max dog poop up, bro. It's crazy.
And with his wealth and intelligence combined, this deviant pulls one of the craziest stunts I've ever seen. I kind of understand to an extent. In the movie, the year is 1985. The Cold War has dawned on the planet. The United States and the Soviet Union are about to bomb rush each other with nukes and finesse the entire planet. Only the Soviets were too shook to ever make a move on the States because of the one biggest weapon they ever had, Dr. Manhattan. And you see this man, he could do everything, bro. He can literally do anything.
Literally.
Except when it comes to wearing clothes. This guy was boss naked the entire movie. I ain't want to see that shit. Dr. Manhattan eventually gets into a conference to discuss a bunch of bullshit until a reporter starts telling him that all his former colleagues have now gotten cancer, pointing to him as the cause for this. Even getting his former girlfriend to walk in and yak off her wig, which gets Dr. Manhattan so heated, he deleted the entire room of people. I told you he was overpowered, man. He eventually just has burnt Earth and decides to go live his life on Mars. And now with Dr. Manhattan,
Bro, actually, nah, bro, really, nah.
Porter starts telling him that all his former colleagues have now gotten cancer, pointing to him as the cause for this. Even getting his former girlfriend to walk in and yak off her wig, which gets Dr. Manhattan so heated, he deleted the entire room of people.
And it's the thing. Can't he just undo that, or am I tripping? Or is that like a oh, it's just storyline, you gotta just let that ride out? Because right, well, can't you just do that, or I'm tripping? Let me know.
I told you he was overpowered, man. He eventually just has burnt Earth and decides to go live his life on Mars. And now with Dr. Manhattan gone, the US are getting shook. They decide to forget everything and start planning to dash bombs at the Soviet Union. Even get ready to sacrifice their own people in the process. While the rest of the Watchmen, Rorschach, Night Owl, and Silk Spectre are investigating and doing some digging into what the comedian, a former member of the Watchmen, was looking into. Because you know, He got packed at the start of the movie. Eventually, Night Owl and Rorschach break into Ozymandias' building and find out that he was behind everything, eventually confronting him in his base in Antarctica. And he just straight up admitted it. He killed the comedian at the beginning of the movie. He gave cancer to all of those people who ever interacted with Dr. Manhattan. He framed Rorschach.
No way, it was him, bro. That's crazy. That is so crazy. Folks is evil to a different type. No way, yo, bro. That stuff like that just shows you, bro, how crazy. Who needs enemies when you got friends like that, bro? Hey, like, comment, subscribe, bro. Cloudy World. Here we go.